University Library here in Lucerne, and I have the honor to open this part of the GLAMhack. Please excuse me for maybe reading a bit from my notes here, which is actually not my style, but I rarely present in English, and I really don't want to add some new stages to the CV of my next speaker here, which I will introduce later. We are very happy and pleased to be hosting the anniversary edition of the GLAMhack here in Lucerne. But why in Lucerne? Aside from being a beautiful city and surely a great location for such an event, but Lucerne and central Switzerland in general may not be known as the flagships for digital change and innovation. But this impression is misleading. In recent years, a number of initiatives have been launched here, such as the development of a comprehensive digital strategy for our canton, or publication of open government data, the introduction of an online service desk for our citizens, or the launch of the product. This platform was created a few years ago under the lead of the Central University Library and aims to make the digital cultural heritage accessible for a greater public here in Lucerne and Central Switzerland. And this platform also invites people to actively contribute their own sources and their knowledge. I think these are all still rather young shoots that are growing, but I think the will behind them is genuine, and we are definitely on the move. However, this general progress and digital transformation is not mainly happening because of institutions like cantons and libraries. Indeed, principles such as openness, sustainability, and the creation and dissemination of information are very important for us at the library, and we are constantly trying to push these forward. But passionate individuals are especially important. People who drive the digital transformation forward with their own energy and their expertise. Whether in specific projects like the ones that you all are working on these days, or at a more political and strategic level in governments, associations, and committees. This brings me to my successor here at my microphone, who really lives and lives our subject both professionally and politically. Brad Esterman has been dealing with topics of data science, data journalism, sociology, digital rights, and democracy since many years. Topics that shaped her studies and participation, but also her activities in research and in various engagements. At a political level, she serves as Secretary General for the Swiss Green Party and also as a member of the National Council in Lucerne. Her political focus is on actively shaping digital change so that it benefits both people and nature. She's also a board member of the Digital Gesellschaft and may be known to some of you as one of the voices of the next podcast. Brad is very much involved in the digital politics here in Lucerne and throughout Switzerland, and is therefore the ideal person to kick off this working part of the GLAMhack with a few words about him.
Yeah, welcome to Lucerne. It's a town where I live. I work in Bern,
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Beat. You can see that we're playing around with our names today, but the connections are actually deeper than just the names. So I would like to welcome you on behalf of the Opendata Association, which is carrying out its 10th edition of the GLAMhack. And I'm really glad that this year's host is actually from Lucerne, the central library, as it was called in the old days, Central Bibliotheek Lucerne. And it's actually my first real scientific library, which I have known in my life after like the small local library and the school library, which was not that big, at Canton Schule. So it's a great pleasure actually to be back Royal Skills. So 400 years in the same place. About 200 years ago, my ancestor moved away from that farm to the neighboring farm. They spent all the time as neighbors, and our fathers actually went to school together. They were first community buddies. So very happy to meet you today. We do have somebody among our early ancestors who kind of shows a change with regard to his whole sedentary life. He actually went on a pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela. That's what I decided to dig out from our family trees. And fun fact, there's a glitch in our family trees. We don't exactly know how we're related or different versions of that. So that might be another hackathon challenge for another time, maybe not this year, but it's definitely an interesting topic. So now that you have looked into our own, that I've presented my own background, I would like to ask the audience where you're from. So may I ask you, who was born on a different continent than Europe? Please advance. Okay, but 10 people. Who's from like Australia, Australia? Oh, Asia. A few Asians. Welcome to Lucerne. There's also many Asians coming to Lucerne. Who's from the Americas? About 5, yeah. Who's from Africa? Who's born in Africa? 2 people. Okay, cool. Nice to have this diversity here. And now I'll ask you, who is from Europe but outside Switzerland? Wow. There are not many Swiss here. Who is from Lucerne? Who was born in the canton of Lucerne? I wasn't born in the canton of Lucerne. I was born in Idaho. So welcome everybody to this great hackathon on the topic of On the Move. We first had like a team called Recollecting Peregrinations, like recollecting and reconnecting all these different dots that people have left in our heritage collections that remind us of their travels through the world, of their encounters with other cultures, of the stuff they brought back, of the impact they left. Some of them died abroad. And this is an image which kind of brings together different aspects of this topic on the move. You have this dying lion. It's one of the main monuments in Switzerland, one of the most visited monuments in Switzerland. It's a dying lion that commemorates essentially the death of mercenaries coming from Lucerne, defending Louis XVI during the Revolutionary Press. now, before I wish we will start the hackathon, I would like to thank this year's data providers. As you know, we rely each year on new data providers to give us data and give us new ideas for challenges and stuff to work on. And we do it in a different city every year, so we can actually talk to data providers and institutions in various regions of Switzerland. So this year we have GLAMhack 2. A big applause to GLAMhack 2 we have Lucerne in there, which we have our first host institution for Hackathon, the Swiss National Library, also provided new data sets. We also have another old partner, the Central Library of Zurich. And last but not least, our third partner, Central, which will be with Lucerne. You will discover the data sets along with the challenge pitches, so I'm not going into the details here. But before I hand over to Gaston, I would like to thank our partners and sponsors. The host partner, of course, Central University Library, the City of Lucerne, Wikimedia Switzerland that has supported us since the beginning, also with a sizable amount every year. Then Dash, our partner this year for digital humanities. Then the project Open Science, Arts, Design and Music with different universities of applied sciences. And this year a special guest, Bob, the Merida Universidad Autónoma de Puebla, our Mexican partner university, and Swiss Lectures that promote events on their networks. Then we also have a Friends of Opendata network that support our activities, getting members for our association. Here. If you belong to an institution that is not listed here, please talk to your boss, talk to us, because we're looking for new or more institutional members that allow us to actually run our activities. So now, without further ado, I would like to hand over to Gaston Way, who will Juliette Wheeler. Okay, Juliette is next. Juliette Wheeler from the Central University Library, who will give us some housekeeping information and information about the event. I wish you two excellent days and have fun. Happy.
Hey everybody, it's a great pleasure to have you here, to see now all these faces in real life. Myself, I just have some brief information about the venues. As you might have noticed, this is not the library. This is the place where we meet all together. We have a lot of space where you also have your booths, so lunch and dinner will be here, and the closing sessions tomorrow will be here as well. The Central and University Library, the ZHB, is just 2 minutes away, very close walk. We are open from 8 to 8 at night for the public, so don't be surprised if people only leave at 8 o'clock at night. It's 7 days a week. For you today, the hacking is open until midnight. I will be there all the time. Yeah, we will inform some great results for tomorrow. Really important for us is please take care of your personal belongings. The library is open. Take your laptops with you or put it into a locker. You need a 2 franc coin really important, the food. As I mentioned, we will come back here for the food. The food time today starts at 12:30 until 2 o'clock. We will announce important times in the library as well. We have the speakers that will remind you a little bit of the setting of the timetable. The dinner is from 6:45 until 8 o'clock. Snacks are at the library all day. Tomorrow morning, important, we will be starting at the library directly. The breakfast will be in the lounge from approximately 8:30 until 10. Please just serve yourself. Lunch will be here again from 12:30 until 2 o'clock. And the apéro at the end will start at 5 o'clock or just after when your presentations are finished. The sleeping arrangements is announced by Gaston and Handball. Have fun, enjoy yourselves. If you have any questions, come up to me. I will be at the library these 2 days, only for you.
Very well. If I can make it really quick, so sleeping arrangements within the Hotel Barbas. So if you've never been in prison, it's a great opportunity to experience that because we're in a whole prison. Really cool. If you have any questions about it, please ask me. If you do not want to get your picture taken, wear one of those stickers somewhere you can see it, because then we will delete your picture. We will work with GRIPDAT. GRIPDAT is our official hack platform. You can go on there on hack.glam.opendata.ch. These were all the projects since yesterday. I think no project was added. This is unlocking. You log in via Gito, and then you join your team. And as a challenge owner, please make sure that everyone is in your team. This place is safe and friendly. What does this mean? We do not tolerate any kind of harassment. And we have 2 contact persons. We have Nico and Oleg. And if you feel harassed or if you have anything you want to talk about, please go up to these persons and do the issue with them. So who is involved? We have a big team this year, and please everyone who was involved stand up real quick. From Opendata, it's Bea, it's Oleg, it's Jonas, it's Lionel, and it's myself. From the ZAB, it's Christian, it's Benjamin, it's Simon, it's Juliette. From Rob, it's Sandra. From Heister, it's Dirk. From Infoclip, it's Enrico. From Swiss National Museum, it's Pierre-Louis. And for Wikimedia CH, it's Sandra Becker. Please a round of applause for them. Yeah, the program was already displayed. I think the most important thing is also we will go to the ZAB later. We have lunch here, we go back to the ZAB. But at the ZAB at 5:30 p.m. there will be a checkout. We want to ask you what your progress is, what you're working on. And then after that at 6:15 it's a big party here because there will be a GLAMhack celebration. There is something really cool prepared, so please be on time here for that. Then we have dinner here, as Julia mentioned, and then we go to the legendary night shifts till open end. And then Saturday, I think everything was already said. I think really important for you here is the deadlines for the projects. The deadlines for the projects are at 2:30. So please make sure to upload your projects to GRIPDAT so that we can see it. And you can also practice your presentations here before. And at 3:50, the hacking space will close. It will start here with the final presentations at 3:30. And the rest was already said. And please don't forget to hand in your badge before you leave. We lose these lanyards every year, so please make sure to give it to me, to all of them, to someone who's involved. Would be really good. So I think it was enough said now, because now we're moving to pitch and team building. So I would say let's pitch here. I have just some small rules for you. Make sure you know your spot for pitching. I will display a slide with
ready. Okay, thank you. This is a picture of the largest fragment of the so-called anti-physical mechanism. And behind this mechanism there is a really fantastic story that might be a science fiction story, but it isn't. It's a science non-fiction story. Did you know that the ancient Greeks, 2,200 years ago, actually built a mechanical calculator, an analog computer if you want. And this is it. And I will rebuild this ancient computer with brackets in virtual reality so that any one of you can take along a digital copy of it just to admire the scientific and the mechanical abilities the ancient Greeks had more than 2 millennia ago. So my project will consist in rebuilding a VR or in building a VR model of this fantastic computer. If you want to know more about it, just join me. I'll be happy to talk.
Thank you so much. There's a second one, right?
I stay right here because this is my other project. The first project, the mechanism, is an ongoing project. I started building it. I will finish it probably today. So I have a second project. Our slogan of this hackathon is on the move. In the 18th century, science was on the move, what we call modern science, mostly based from the 18th century. In Geneva, there was a scientist who actually invented a scientific instrument for measuring the blueness of the sky. So I intend to rebuild this instrument also, but in a digital form, so that every one of you, when hiking, when going out, will be able to measure to have your personal copy of the instrument and measure the actual blueness of the sky wherever you are.
Thank you. That was number 1 and 2. Now it's on number 3. Ulysses is already here. I bring a data set and somewhat of a challenging quotes because it's more of a workshop or getting together and work together and learn together rather than building something with that data set. You see here one of the images from the data set. It's an image by an Iranian photographer from So the second challenge is called pluralist views on artifacts and ethnographic collections. We would especially invite artistic approaches, participatory approaches. We also presented two such projects last night. Those who haven't been here, we have the videos as well, so we can always show them to you and just get in touch with us if you're interested in working along these lines or do something in ethnographic collections. And the last one.
Yeah, the improve the access to Lucerne collections worldwide. It's a project about digging in the archives of the European museums and find what is there regarding the historical collections, what they have, and if these objects needs maybe to be online, maybe needs more information or I don't know.
Yeah, of course, like in the spirit of GLAM would, of course, like to make these collections and the digital artifacts as accessible as possible. And one of our key partners is the Switzerland's Museum of GLAMhack that have already done a load of American collections and will try to work from there and see also what were our experiences with the other collections in Switzerland. And last but not least, next time we hold a hackathon in Puebla last year, and we are also planning to, of course, to approach museums in Mexico as well, and probably interconnect these different curators from various institutions. So please join our project if you're interested. So four, 5, and 6, and now it's on Yola. Cool that you're here. It's 7.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yola. I work for Lucerne. They've let me out of my prison cell today to talk to you about our data, and I would love for anyone to take a look at our huge database and reuse it for your purposes. So I don't really have a big challenge. It's more of a proposal of the data we have. Lucerne is a non-profit. We've been working since 2008 to bring digital cultural heritage online and accessible for anyone. We now have a database of more than 60 million objects from all over Europe and beyond, not just the European Union. We also have Swiss objects, we have objects from Basel, from Bern, we have some audiovisual stuff, we have Swiss manuscripts. So if you're interested in that, that's great. If you're interested in other European heritage, we have that as well. I was thinking about the long move subject and how we can apply it to Europeana. I do a lot of API outreach, and so I went to developers and said, on the move, how can we work with this? They were super happy because they had just implemented a new feature in our APIs that allows you to very easily search when it comes to geolocation and distance. So we now have new
see, this is a very helpful tool to look at pictures in specific area. Now we stand at the moment where technology can bridge the gap between past and present. The bibliothek tool seeks your innovative mind to develop a mobile app that will bring this fascinating collection to a broad audience. The task. Your mission is to create an app that will notify users when they are near a location where one of the GLAMhackers photos is taken. This app will offer users a unique and immersive way to explore the region's history. Imagine walking through the soup and receiving a notification that allows you to see an historical photograph of your current location, comparing the life and architecture of the past with the present day. This app will provide a unique perspective on Zoo's evolution over time, enriching both locals and tourists with a deeper understanding of the region's heritage. Thank you.
Number 9, please. Number 9 here. We go back to the task force. Cool. There you go. Good morning, everyone. Back from the learning process of GLAMhack 2022, there was this ghost challenge about just fixing the small things in any other job. And so, if this is the issue, we have the solution, and it's just join the microplastics task force for 5 minutes, just to make your work. And so nobody is the owner of this challenge, you are the owner of this challenge, and so it's really kind of having fun fixing small things instead of being in protest. So we also have a nice prize of the most interesting value that a massive amount of work with minimal amount of results. So again, thank you for your work, and that's the talk. Thank you so much. That was number 9. That's number 10.
I'm really very happy to be here because I'm not really a coder or something like that. I'm a researcher at the art school here in Lucerne, and we had a research project on independent art spaces in Switzerland. And as one outcome, we created this online website and map. So there you can see where art spaces were created, which time, and so on.
Good morning. I'm Pia from the City Archives of Lucerne. And as you can see here on the engraving, which was in the 17th century, the medieval town of Lucerne was surrounded by a fortification ring that was on the seaside and on the riverside completed by three wooden bridges. Two of them are still in the city and attract many tourists. Every year there's the Streuer and the Kappenbrücke. The longest one among them was the Wolfbrücke, and it was built in the 13th century. It connected the city with the church of Saint Leopold, the Wolfbrücke, and it was adorned with triangular paintings that told the story of the Old and New Testament. The scans of these paintings have recently been uploaded on Central. The bridge itself was demolished in the 19th century. Our idea is to create a virtual tour on the bridge so people can experience how it must have been to walk on this wooden bridge, watch the beautiful view of the lake and the Opendata panorama. Therefore, you can use the scans of these paintings as well as city maps and pictures of the bridge itself and its surroundings. That's Josh on the level. I hope you join us.
Sorry, and I was number 12. In my portrait gallery.
Hello, my name is Nicole. I'm the head of the library where we're working today before. So welcome to me as well. I'm completely unprepared. I only heard yesterday that if I could do this pitch, but I know about the project. It's we call it actually there is no pitch very much. I think you know we have these lines. Okay, so there is an official name, it's called visualization of the portrait gallery, but we simply call it with my portrait gallery. As you can see, there are a lot of portraits of, in German it's called merkwürdige Lucerne, where merkwürdig for everybody who is not from, or not, doesn't speak German, it's actually, it could be odd people, strange people, but in this context it does mean famous people from Lucerne. So we want to take one pictures, we have all the metadata about that, and we would like to make a visualization so you can go online, get all the information about those persons. And there is another aspect, I'm all for that, I'm for fun facts, because I started making a list of, well, we have the boring metadata, date of birth, name, family name, or profession, but I'm all about who has look in his hand, who is old, who has a beard, who wears a cross, all that stuff, and who is the related individual, because I started reading the stories, all those famous people from Lucerne, mostly politicians, nearly everybody is related to each other, so if you help me with this challenge, you can not only work with the virtual data, you have the plus that you can look at the portraits in real.
And number 13 is number 13 here. Oh, that's you.
Oh,
You want to present it?
well, I'll take my.
Just 1 minute. So basically, okay, I'm just setting this up as completely unprepared. I love it, being very much on the spot here. The thing is, there's a lot of events going on all at the same time, right? I mean, we're here, we're in this very special location, this beautiful city, and we're going to be focusing on hacking for a couple of days. But I have a friend who was just messaging me from
A data set is very organized with logs that has been recorded between 1780 and 1818. Because the authorities of Zurich wanted to control who was staying in the hotels and inns of the city. So Zurich's night clerk went every evening from hotel to hotel and documented every guest with their names and places of origin. So you already see it's a very valuable resource for all historians and researchers and everyone else interested in the topic. And it allows us, for example, to trace the presence of famous contemporaries like Goethe or Hölderlin. We know exactly when they stayed in Zurich thanks to this data set. But the data set also allows for social and historical insights, like the fluctuation of tourism in certain periods, the origin of the travelers, their profession or social status. So that's how the data set looks like. That's one page from the map set. At the top you see an excerpt of it in more detail. The data set was digitized by the Central Library during the past 2 years, and so far it is still locked in image format, so we don't have machine readable text yet. But luckily, most of the maps that are printed, and only 5% of them are handwritten notes, and most of the printed maps are also good quality, containing only occasional misspellings or unusual spellings. So in our challenge, we will first have to extract the text with OCR. So if there is anyone among you that has already experience with OCR, that would be great. But it's really not necessary to join our challenge. We already ran a few experiments with extracting the text with ChatGPT and we got promising results. So if you're just interested in experimenting with ChatGPT or with prompt engineering, that's also absolutely fine. And we also hope that OCR won't consume too much time, that it will, that we can proceed quickly. And we will also need people that will verify the data to check whether the quality is to be sampled, and then we would like to extract identities like person and locations, and to link them to authority resources like Wikidata. And in the last part, we want to visualize the data. Maybe on a map, you see what the origins of the travelers were, or maybe someone of you has a great idea of what we could visit. So we are looking very much forward to working with you.
Number 15. My name is Tim. I'm also from the Central Library of Zurich. And additionally to the matter, we have an often used source for all kinds of historical research on persons from Zurich in the early modern age, the so-called Homogenealogikum. More than 2,800 pages contain repertoire and family information about 260 families in Zurich, tracing from the 1500s to early 19th century. And it's not only interesting for some old-fashioned genealogists who want to find out if their great-great-grandfather was a nobleman, but differs from other genealogical sources by providing additional social historical data on professions or reasons of death and some traveling, for example, and furthermore, even authors can be traced. Like this. In a citizen science project over 1 year, dozens of volunteers transcribe page after page, and now we have these all pages in some kind of markdown format and HTML. Now, I think this is nice, but it can be the end of the road. GLAMhack author and they indicate some relationships. So the 54 is the son of the 46 billion. And let's take this further and create a simple but easy graph with linked personal relationships and some biographic properties. Let's create a markdown files or HTML comments don't care, and compile the relevant information. Thanks to not only clever visuals for the fun codes, but also due to the hopefully well-transcribed systematic layout and structure of the source. This way, the valuable data in this huge work can be shared as open data with all its nice opportunities like complex analysis and some visual storytelling strategies and so on. So if you're a graph expert, that's what I mean, or a data extraction expert, please join me. Thank you. That was 15 or 16.
Sonia? So,
So yeah.
Hello everybody, I'm Sonia from the Stiftung für Kunstkultur und Geschichte in Kultur, and I'm bringing to you actually two data sets, but they're related and maybe it's possible to make a project that involves both of them. It's on the one hand the Ransom Castle and the Crossbow collection. Have you ever dreamt or dreamed to be owner of a castle? So the Stiftung für Kunstkultur und Geschichte is the owner of the Ransom Castle, so we can't use this or we can't use the physical building, but there are good news. There is also a 3D model and we can appropriate it and use it to make a cool project with it. And the Ransom Castle is also the place where the Crossbow collection is situated usually. At the moment the castle is in construction site and will reopen in 2026, but the collection is also very well documented and we can use the data. We have photographs of about 300 crossbows, which are crossbows from Switzerland, Germany, or other European countries, and also from countries worldwide. And it's the part of the collection which is best documented at the moment, and we have a lot of metadata for the crossbows in a structured form, and we also have very detailed documentations as PDFs where you can read texts about this object, where there are descriptions about them or historical contextualization. Yes, and for the project there are several possibilities. I think it's not so interesting just to read documents or see data records, and now the question is what can we do with this rich collection? Maybe something like interactive storytelling or interactive data visualization, or maybe something like a quartet where you can say I have one crossbow and this comes from farther away than your crossbow, and just using the metadata. So if you're a programmer or a creative people, then just show them project and then you find a good concept, I think.
Some 16, second was, I think, some 17.
so also, sorry. I think the last one already presented. So
Actually, start a little long first of all, I want to apologize for really bashing a previous challenge. I think my brain has been on the move for the past days, for sure. So actually, I just want to quickly say the point of the previous challenge, special possibility, was that a lot of my neighbors would like to know what is AI and what is not AI. And I just thought that the lab community might provide an interesting answer to that, especially as websites like Flickr, Vimeo, and also I think in the data community there's a project that have started labeling AI content quite effectively. But in the Wikipedia Commons, that has not yet been enabled, so it was kind of like about that discussion. And here are some screenshots of how that actually might look like. And we could also contact Roger Federer, who apparently has a very nice house. Yeah, that was that challenge. Deep Plan was something I actually presented last night. It was very spontaneous. It was like a hackathon before the hackathon. For those of you who are here, thank you so much for your patience. Very experimental, little like 10-minute video clip. But it's kind of a data challenge. It's all about the platform that we use for GLAMhacks. For 10 years, we've been collecting not just
we get one last round of applause for everyone who submitted their best. Is there anyone who wants to with a spontaneous idea? Don't be shy, you're open. Doesn't look like it, so I think we're at the end of the pitching. Just a few last things. It's now time to find your team, and I will get the slides up. It's just one last thing. Sharing is caring. Please, if you do any social media posts, tag us, tag the Central Bibliothek, and also Mastodon, and use the hashtag GLAMhack24. And also, expectation management is important. So if your challenge doesn't get chosen, stay please, and maybe you have another challenge. And once you form your team, you can come to me, you can come to Shilia, or anyone from the UCA, and we'll try to get you all or the teams to the center here and show you the rooms. So now it will be on you, please.